Hey, what is up guys, Red here, welcome back to another video. Now today we are going to be talking about Link's Awakening on the Nintendo Switch, specifically dungeon hunting. So, there are a few things you can do in the game. Number one, you can go through dungeons and clear them, but one of the other things you can do is go to Dampé's hut and you can make your own custom dungeons. Now we have one here that we're going to show that I made, and we will be showing off some of the cool features with it. Now, one of the features is once you complete each dungeon, so for example the Tail Cave, which is a dungeon, once you complete that you get all the parts in that dungeon, which you can use to build your own. Now, one of the cool parts about Dampé's hut is you can use Amiibo to get some tiles for dungeons, which there are 5 exclusive tiles, and there is 1 plus effect piece. Now, if you use the Legends of Zelda Link's Awakening Amiibo, which came out on the 20th with the game, you can get the Dark Link, which will spawn when you enter a room and you'll follow it around and your shadow will lose you. And he will spawn, and he's basically you copied, so if you have the defense mail, which I will get into later with the color dungeon, he will have that same power, so he will take less hearts than you do. He will also hit as hard as you do, so you have to just know to block more of his attacks. If you have 12 hearts from collecting 24 pieces of heart, Dark Link will also have 12 hearts, which means you will have to take down 12 of his hearts. Now, if he takes down 12 of yours, you lose and you have to restart. Now, in Dampé's hut, you can make your own custom dungeons, which I said before, and those custom dungeons are pretty cool. So you can make them however you want, or you can do his missions, which give you more tile pieces. Now, the more dungeons you clear, the more tile pieces you get. So, going through some of the dungeons, you can actually get some cool stuff. You get the 7 instruments to wake the windfish, and there are a few side dungeons. Now, one of the cool side dungeons is the color dungeon, where once you clear it and you get through some boss fights, you can get what is called the red mail, or I'm going to call it the red tunic, or the blue tunic. Now, the blue tunic doubles your defense, but the red tunic doubles your attack. The reason I recommend going with the blue, not just because I like blue, but because of the fact, once you get 40 secret seashells, you will be able to get a sword that does double the attack, which will kind of be useless to have the extra double attack, because then you'll have 4 times the attack, yes, but you won't have any better defense. So I recommend going with the blue tunic, unless you're not collecting seashells, then it's your pick on what you want. If you're playing hero mode, I also recommend using the blue one, just so you don't take as much damage. You'll only take standard damage instead of double. Now, another cool feature is you can load dungeons onto Amiibo. So I have a custom dungeon loaded on here that you will see being played in the background here. That custom dungeon was made by me and designed by me. Now, you can make your own custom dungeons and share them with your friends with Amiibo. Now, some of the flaws with the dungeon maker is you can't choose where the nightmare key is to get to the final boss, which does kind of stink, because if I wanted to put Dark Link with the dungeon key normally randomly generates, so if you have 4 different rooms with locked doors, you will have to get 4 different keys for those rooms, but they will all be silver keys, which does make sense. You can't progress right to the nightmare key, but you should be able to place it in a room that you will be able to progress to last. You will be able to put whatever you want there to make it harder to get to. You can also pick the final boss from ones you've battled, which sadly you can't make it Dark Link, which would be a pretty cool boss. I do think it is very fun how you can share your dungeons with your friends. It does make a sense of accomplishment when you've stumped your friends with a dungeon, or when you've made a dungeon better than theirs. Now, Mario Maker 2 also has that kind of feature with levels, so this is kind of Mario Maker 2, but Zelda themed. Now, as I was saying with the Amiibo, you do not have to have any specific Amiibo. I use Legends of Zelda Amiibo and I use 5 of them. As long as you do Dampé's challenges and get all those tiles, you should be good. You can also get stones from the Crane game and from the shop when they are there. There are only 10 of them in the game, but they will give you extra tiles that are pretty useful. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for the video. If you do enjoy, please do leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Peace!